Hey guys, Casey from Blue Ridge Koi here, and I want to show you today how to install a bulkhead into a tank. Now, installing a bulkhead is a fairly simple operation, but done correctly will save you time and hassle later on having to go back and readjust it or retighten it. Now, these bulkheads are great because it'll allow you to create a watertight seal through any kind of tank that you want to run plumbing through. So as long as you can drill a hole through it, and as long as it's not too thick for the bulkhead, you can place this in there, create a hole that you can run plumbing through, and put plumbing into or out of anything that you want to go through. So we have here a bulkhead from Pentair Aquatic Ecosystems. As you can see, it's in two different pieces. You have a threaded male piece and a threaded female ring with a rubber O-ring seal that goes inside to create the watertight seal. And then if you look on the inside of the bulkhead, it's threaded for you to thread in any kind of threaded PVC fittings that you want to use, whether it's a threaded male adapter or a threaded elbow or anything of that sort. So the first thing we want to do is mark exactly where we want the bulkhead to go on our tank. So we'll just hold it up here, make sure we're not too far down here on this ridge so that we get a nice clean edge once the seal goes on the inside of the tank. And then just taking a Sharpie, stick it down along the inside edge of the bulkhead and draw yourself a circle so you have a nice guide right there. For the hole, you want to use a hole saw as close to the diameter of the male part of the bulkhead as possible. So for this 1.5-inch bulkhead, I have a 2 5/8 inch hole saw, and if you can see this, it's just barely a little bit bigger than the diameter of the threads on the male part of the bulkhead. So we'll take the hole saw, get it centered on the circle that we just drew. Got a nice clean hole. Next thing you want to do is clean out any of these burrs, the little pieces of plastic or whatever material you're working with, whether it's wood or whatever. Clean that out from the inside of the hole so they don't get caught in your seal and create a leak eventually. Then we're going to flip the tank over. So I've got my bulkhead in two pieces here. We have the male piece with the rubber seal on it and the female piece. And your rubber seal will always go on the water side of the tank because that's what's going to create your seal. So you'll take your male end of the bulkhead, insert it on the inside of the tank, and then take the female threaded ring and insert it on the outside of the tank over the male end. You can hand tighten it pretty well. But you probably want to use a pair of channel locks or some kind of wrench to give it a little more of a tightening. So we'll take this. Now a lot of times the rubber seal on the inside will catch and hold the male end inside, so you only need one pair of pliers. But every once in a while, if you're turning and the whole thing's turning, you're not tightening any, you may need to take a second pair of pliers, have someone else give you a hand on the other side and hold the male end so that you can get a nice tightness. So you want to get it nice and tight, but don't strong arm it and get it too tight. You might pinch the seal inside and create a leak where water will be coming out eventually. Alright, so now that we got this bulkhead installed, this tank is ready to be plumbed in whenever we're ready to go. What we're going to end up doing with this tank is using a threaded 90-degree elbow on the outside that'll thread in here, pointing down so that the water will drain down onto the plumbing on the floor. And then on the inside of the tank, we'll use another threaded 90-degree elbow that'll come up here, and the standpipe will be right here for the water to overflow into.